Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning into this video. As you can see from the title, in this video what I'm going to be talking about today, and you guys know that I had to come in and give my little opinions and 2 cents about this whole Beyonce thing. Now I know I'm probably a few days late because I have seen a few days late. I have seen already myself tons and tons of videos of everybody like basically giving, their opinion, how they feel. Some people feeling it, some people are not. Some people are very angry. Some people have already started a petition to have the video removed from mainstream media and the internet and all this stuff. Okay, this video will probably be long because I do have a lot to say. Hold on one second. Okay, you guys. So, first I want to say, and I made some notes because I've kind of been thinking about this like for the past few days and thinking about things that has come across, my vision. And I want to start with this video by basically talking about Beyonce's video Formation. I seen the video Saturday, I believe. That was the night that it premiered, or the day that it premiered. I think I saw it that night actually, and then the next day everybody kind of was like just talking about it. What I liked about the video, first off, when I heard that dirty southern nasty beat, I loved it. Like a song to me, obviously to a lot of people as well, if it doesn't have a good beat, you could be saying anything. If it doesn't have a good beat, like I can't listen to it because it's not going to bring in the same feelings or vibrations for someone if they can't resonate with the beat. So the beat of the song is really, really good to me. The attitude of the video is unapologetic. And you guys, if you've been watching me, you already know I'm all for people being themselves, saying what they have to say, doing what they have to do, and not being apologetic for it. If you mean something, stand up and mean that. If you have something to say, stand up and say it, and don't let people or the world, society or whomever break you down or have you hiding how you truly feel because you don't want to be judged by the masses. So anybody that can kind of just say, listen, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm gonna say, and I am unapologetic for it, high five. I salute you, my brother or sister. The outfits in the video, you guys know I'm tuned into the fashion. At the time I did not know that they were the spring summer 2016 collection for Gucci, but I thought that they were really cute. Like the outfit that she has on, and when she's on top of the car, that red sort of two-piece top bottom thing, I love that. I would totally buy that. Gucci, it's Gucci, so I probably will not buy it, but it was cute. And then there was a few other outfits in there, but basically she had thousands of dollars worth of Gucci outfits on, so there was some cute little fashion get-ups in the video that caught my eye before I even knew that they were Gucci. I think in the video she's basically saying, I'm a boss. I can do this. I've earned my spot. I've earned my position. This is me. First line, Givenchy dress. Check out my funky fresh. Like, how many people can say that they have a Givenchy dress? Not many. All right, Beyonce, straight off the bat, letting motherfuckers know I'm a boss. Respect my shit. You know what I'm saying? The lyrics spoke to me. The video was very powerful. Obviously, all the images and things in the video, especially if you are black and you have black family, or anything having to do with black culture, if you're surrounded by it, then you would have understood the imagery in the video. So I thought there was a lot of good shots that were really good to bring attention to a lot of the things that are going on today in the world, which I thought was very powerful. Me personally, I've read a few things about people giving their opinion about Beyonce, blacks, whites, all different type of people, and I've read some comments where people were like, oh my god, like, where's this coming from? All of a sudden she wants to stand up for black people, and you know, where was she before? She wasn't speaking up for black issues and all this type of stuff. But she actually was, you guys, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But also I wanted to say, if you were like, I'm the type of person, like, I hear music, but I'm listening to what's being said. And again, a lot of people were throwing that whole Illuminati. There's people on this YouTube platform that basically have channels that just talk about all the celebrities whom they think are Illuminati, or who they're saying is Illuminati because of all these, whatever their reasons are and what have you, which is hilarious to me, some of the things that these people say. But if you listen to her past album, when she came out with the song Bow Down Bitches, that was on there. Pretty Hurts, there was a lot of consciousness in those songs. So when people say, you know, like, this is all new and why all of a sudden she's, you know, trying to be something that she's not, like, Beyonce has come into her own. I feel like she's my age, and when you get to a certain point in your life, like, especially when you are financially stable, which she is, how much more money does Beyonce need to make between her and Jay-Z? Like really. She's financially stable. She is secure in her craft, her artistry. That is when you start seeing who people really are. You know, like, when she don't really need people to back her any longer. Like, she's already made a name for herself, and she already has an audience that will stick with her forever. The Beehive is continually growing. So at this point in her career, she don't really have to be a people pleaser. She's gonna put out what speaks to her, whether you like it, I like it, or whomever likes it or not. That's just what she's doing, I feel like. There was some other songs on there, Superpowers. If you listen to the words, the last album I'm talking about, the Superpower song with, I forget who was in the song with her, but the message to me is all about standing up, sticking together, becoming conscious, paying attention to what's going on in your communities, paying attention to what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these things I feel like go over people's heads, you know, and I'm not a Beyonce worshiper, so I want to just say that as well. Like, I'm not one of those people that feel like Beyonce can't do no wrong, or, you know, Beyonce's the best thing since sliced bread. No, not necessarily. I like Beyonce. I like a lot of her music. I like how she carries herself, that sort of thing. So I'm not just going to ride for Beyonce just because it's Beyonce. I ride for things and people that I feel I can relate to, or that I feel have a powerful message. So let's knock that out the box. All right, so let's talk about the backlash. The backlash about this damn song and video basically was immediate. As soon as the song came out, and the video came out, I want to say the next day, social media went nuts, as it usually does. And anything Beyonce puts out usually causes some stir up, so to speak. And the backlash was not only from whites or non-blacks. The backlash was from a variety of people. I've seen tons of videos from black people, Hispanic people, basically just going in on Beyonce. I saw a lot of videos which were actually very disturbing to me. Like I said, there's a lot of so-called religious people on here that have channels, but all they do is bash people or try to make their viewers see the evil in people. Like, really? Who are you to like try to make others see evil in people, calling people devils and stuff? It's just insane. But these people are supposedly religious. It's just nuts to me. A lot of law enforcement people, which I am surrounded by, which made this a little more interesting for me and gave me a little more insight to what people was really thinking. I am surrounded by people having to do with the law, that work in law, and officers and things like that. And the things that they had to say, again, was very mixed. You have the people that feel like in the video Beyonce was attacking law enforcement with the what they call anti-police things, like the sign that was sprayed up on the wall that said "Stop shooting us," when she was laying on the car and she sunk the New Orleans police car into the river, when the little boy was dancing in front of the police and the police put their hands up. A lot of people were saying that the imagery was anti-police. Me personally, I did not get anti-police from any of those things. Like I said, what I've seen people say and write were mixed. Some people felt it was anti-police. Some people felt that it was not. And this is from people that are in law enforcement. So, I guess it just depends on your perspective about the whole situation. Also, there were people that felt like Beyonce was using her status, so to speak, to stir up Black America. I saw that so many times. I read that so many times that, these were a variety of people, but also the people here on YouTube that were making videos was saying that she's using her popularity now to toxify the youth or to control people's minds with what she's putting out into the world. So basically, Beyonce being proud of being a woman of African descent is now stirring up the Black community to do what exactly? Like, I can't understand people's logic sometimes. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. It really doesn't. And I feel like a lot of people just speak or spew all this stuff out there before they even think about what they're saying. I feel like a lot of people miss the whole point of the song. A lot of people miss the whole point of the video. I don't care what color you are, black, white, or any color in between. If you listen to the words, to me, it comes across as pride. And her saying, listen, I'm at a point in my life where I am going to say how I feel. I am proud that I am married to a Black man. And yeah, all y'all motherfuckers, black, white, in between, have made fun of his very big nostrils, his big nose, his African features. But you know what? I don't give a shit, because that's my man and I love him. She talked about Blue's hair. Now I remember getting, and I vlogged about this. If I find the vlog, y'all, I will link it down below. I remember getting into debates about the whole Blue Ivy thing when people were going in on this little girl about why wasn't they combing her hair, and it wasn't even it wasn't even non-blacks. It was mostly Black people who had a problem because Beyonce wasn't putting straightening combs in Blue's hair, or they weren't texturizing her hair or trying to conform her hair to make it into something. The girl's hair was left to be natural, and people were saying, oh, she didn't comb her hair. Y'all really think that Beyonce would not comb her damn baby's hair? Like, that was the texture of her hair, and she let her child's hair be free and natural, and she got so much backlash for that. And in the song, I like my baby hair with baby hair and afros. She letting y'all know, I don't give a shit what you gotta say. I like my baby hair with baby hair and afros. Like, and Blue is actually in the video, which I thought was so cute, like just kind of running around with these other little girls, just being a kid and embracing who she is, Also, I wanted to say, why in the hell, here this is where the ignorance come in. Why in the hell are people harping in on why is Beyonce's hair blonde? If she's so Black power now, and she's a Black woman and she's embracing being Black, why is her hair blonde? I'm gonna tell you why that's such an ignorant statement. Number one, I've traveled all over the world. I'm very grateful to have been many places, to have been exposed to many different people, many different cultures, just to see a wide variety of human beings. So when I speak, I'm able to speak from a little bit of self-knowledge or intelligence because I've been exposed to a lot of different things. White people are not the only people that have naturally blonde hair, okay? There are totally Black people out there and across the world who have natural blonde hair. If you think about it, Black people are the ones that are in the countries that have the most sun. Your hair is exposed to these UV lights and salt water, sea salt water, which changes your hair naturally. And when I went to Jamaica for the first time, when I hung out, we hung out in like the local areas. And when I tell you, there was so many beautiful dark-skinned brothers and sisters with natural blonde hair. I mean, beautiful black skin with naturally blonde hair, and their hair was not dyed or they weren't trying to be white. Their hair was naturally blonde from the sun. Okay, so the fact that people feel like only whites can have blonde hair, or or that Black people are perpetrating if they have blonde hair, you really need to get out in the world and see your people, your ancestors, other people, other cultures. Not only white people have blonde hair. Sorry. If you don't believe me, here we go. Shh. Another thing that I wanted to say was a lot of people were making comments and have made videos that said Beyonce was angry in her videos. She was so angry. She had an attitude in the video. She wasn't even being positive with that mean, nasty look on her face, and the way that she was speaking was so angry. Typical thing that I hear a lot, and I hear it about myself personally because I have a strong personality, and when I speak with conviction and confidence, and I feel like, and passion. I feel like people get, when you're Black, those things that I said confused with anger. The girl is not angry. I am not angry when I'm speaking passionately about something. People confuse the two or want to label people, certain people, with this whole angry thing. Like, why does the girl have to be angry because she's speaking passionately about something that she believes in, or that she wants to, let you guys know this coming from her heart? But she's angry. Come on with this angry stuff. Just because people, change their voice a little bit, may raise their voice a little bit, or, give you a certain look when they're talking about something they care about, doesn't mean that they're angry. Stop labeling people with these freaking negative things. It's so uncalled for. Also, I saw people saying, what the hell, like, what was her song really about? In the song, she was cursing, what type of lady curses and carries herself like that. This is a song that she was presenting to the world, and it's supposed to be about Black pride, but in the song she's cursing. Really? So because she cursed, a grown woman, in a song that she's expressing her art, so she's evil now? Like, something's wrong with her? Like, I mean, really? Where did she curse in the song? She said, if you fuck me good, I'll take his ass to Red Lobster. To me, personally, now, I don't know what Beyonce was getting at in the song, because we're not going to understand every single thing that she's referring to or talking about. Some things are obvious, some things are not. So in a song that somebody's putting out, there may be some things that she knows about, obviously, because it's her song, that we may not get or we may not understand. But to me, if I had to interpret it, to me, it's something that a cocky bitch would say. Like, guys, how they brag on buying women stuff or taking women out, and basically, like, they're the ones that's in charge. They're the bosses. They're the ones that's flaunting the money and, basically saying, baby, I could take care of you. I could do this and that and this and that. To me, when she said that line, she's basically saying, and she's all about girl power, feminine power, girls being female bosses, fuck you, okay? Because at the end of the day, what you gonna do is take care of me and my needs, you know what I'm saying? And if you good, I might take you to Red Lobster, you know what I'm saying, to give you a little pat on the back. Thank you very much, job well done. And then I might let you ride in my chopper, because at the end of the day, salute, I'm a boss, you know? That's what I got from it. I didn't, all this other stuff that people were saying about her, she's a mother, like why is she cursing, why isn't she married to Jay-Z, like what is she's fucking someone else, like it's not that deep. It's a song, okay? There was some definitely some very serious parts in the song, but there also was the little funky swag parts in the song like that, where she's just being cocky. Come on. Just like when the song Bow Down Bitches came on, people were having a damn conniption about her telling people to bow down. Can a girl not be proud of who she is? Can a girl not be cocky every now and again? Like, without being labeled as stuck up or conceited or inappropriate? Like, y'all way too sensitive. I'm sorry. Just, the world is just way too sensitive. Okay. I kind of hit on this already with the whole Beyonce and Illuminati. I find myself just laughing at people that throw this Illuminati thing out there, like just like nobody's business. Like anybody, I feel like that reaches a certain level. And I made a comment on my girl S. Hutchison's video that she made, kind of talking about this. I'll leave her link down below. Hey girl. And I said, why is it that when black people reach a certain level, you know what I mean, like in their lives, in their career, and you know they have a lot of money and they start to do certain things, immediately it's, oh, they had to sell their soul, to somebody, or they immediately are down with the Illuminati, or they're definitely doing something for their fame. They're not just entertaining us, they're definitely doing something for their fame to get to that point. Now let me tell y'all something. I'm a very open-minded person. I cannot tell you certain things from facts that I do not know. I only offer my opinion, and when I have things that I have checked, I offer, you know, my background research that I have done. But at the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of things I can speak about just from common sense. I mean, do I know 100% sure that Beyonce is not down with the Illuminati? No, I do not, because I do not run in Beyonce's camps. I am not in that circle of people. And yeah, no, I cannot give you a 100% factual answer, but neither can anybody else out there calling her Illuminati. Most of these people do not even know what Illuminati is. And let me tell you something, the people out there that's really in the Illuminati, y'all think they gonna let Beyonce and Jay-Z in? Y'all think they gonna let Will and Jada in? Y'all think they let Oprah in? Ponder that for a minute and then y'all get back to me. First, do your research, do the history. You know what the Illuminati is first, because I see people talking about it and your information is all wrong. Okay, do that. Find out who the people that really are controlling all this shit out here, that are really in control. Find those people and do some backtracking, and then y'all come back to me and let me know if you think they're gonna let Beyonce and Jay-Z into the Illuminati circle. Okay, get back to me. I'm serious. Get back to me. All right. So, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, people that was saying that she's just using this platform to make more money and take more money from the black communities. Y'all, really? Seriously? Like, do you really think that? Like, as I said earlier, do you really think that Beyonce needs more money from the black communities? And people were saying that she hasn't done anything for the black communities. I want to tell y'all some of the things that Beyonce has done, but may not be widely known, because she doesn't have to brag about what she's doing. If you're just doing it out the kindness of your heart, or because that's something you want to do, there's no need to brag about it. And anybody really, you could look up this information and find out for yourself. So I'm going to just tell y'all a few things that Beyonce has actually done or is doing for the black community, since so many people feel like she's using this song to get more of the black community's money for her empire. All right. Number 1, Beyonce has 200 apartment complexes in Houston, Texas for abused women and abused children. She has a food pantry in 3rd Ward, Houston. And y'all remember from the last album, she spoke as Miss 3rd Ward. So she's giving back to her community where she came from. Okay? So, because baby girl from Texas. You mix that Negro with that Creole. Now that's Texas, Bama. Okay, sorry. She also has 2 homeless shelters there. And she also gives St. John's Church over $1 million a year to help educate single mothers and many more. She also just recently donated, I believe, $1 million or a few $1 million to help the people in Flint with this whole water crisis, as well as donating millions of bottles of water, actual bottles of water, to Flint. And I'm sure there's some other stuff that she has done out there. I know a few years back she paid for some people to go to school. Also, in the video, you guys see the little boy that's dancing with the hoodie on, obviously is representing Trayvon Martin. You guys didn't know Jay-Z and Beyonce actually helped with their legal fees, actually met with them, as well as Sean Bell's family. They also helped with their legal fees and met with them as well to try to get some sort of justice. So if even this is the type of stuff that will not be in mainstream media. If you don't know, if you're not paying attention, if you're not reading, you know, you're gonna miss these things. So I'm not saying that Jay-Z and Beyonce are fucking God sent to the black community, but what I am saying is they're doing something, okay? Which is a lot more than a lot of people can say. You know, what have you done lately? Okay, right. So I'm just saying, like, they have the platform and they have the money to do certain things that us normal everyday folk can't do. Or, you know, we want to donate, but our little bit of money is not gonna help in a significant way that they can do. So they're spending their money that they're making, that we're helping them make if you're a fan and you're purchasing, you know, albums, tickets, all that type of stuff. They're giving back. They are giving back. People are never satisfied. I feel like no matter what you do, how you do it, there's always going to be somebody out there saying you should be doing more. But I just wanted to name a few things for people that felt like, you know, basically she's using this whole Black Lives Matter campaign to take money from people. Like, I don't get that, you know. What else did I want to say? I want to read to you some things that people have said, you know, in as far as this Super Bowl goes, when Beyonce performed at the Super Bowl. I refuse to go to any concerts that belittle police officers and promote hatred between races. We all need to respect each other no matter what color we are. We all arrived here as newborns and we all have limited time. So in between life and death, we should be making the best of what we have and not waste it on trying to divide us. Someone else wrote, she stole the show, in a sarcastic way. Same clothes as last year, no color. She had a mad face the whole time. Very disappointing. Lady Gaga did a wonderful job singing though. Okay, Lady Gaga, I love Lady Gaga actually. I think her voice is fantastic. I take nothing away from Lady Gaga. But why this particular person had to throw out that Lady Gaga did a good job and Beyonce basically sucked. You wore the same outfit as you had from last year. That was another thing people were saying, you know, Beyonce's old and tired and all she wears is these hoochie clothes that basically are too revealing. Beyonce has basically had the same style of it's a costume. She's a performer. You forget she's an artist. She's a performer. Since she started the whole one piece thing, she has her best feature, and she said this herself, it's her legs. She's a dancer. She's a performer. That's what she chooses to wear. Doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it. Okay, so as you guys know, in the Super Bowl, it was a tribute to the Black Panthers 50-year anniversary. This is when I saw a lot more of the hatred coming forward because the Super Bowl is actually on a worldwide global level, so many people was exposed to this song and this video. When it first came out, only our social medias and communities got wind of it, but when it was presented on the Super Bowl, that's when worldwide America had an opinion and had something to say. So people went off. Basically, Beyonce should not have used the Super Bowl platform to try to divide the races with her Black Panther girls dancing in the background and promoting violence and promoting anti-police and promoting promiscuous women gyrating across the screen and blah 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 blah, all this stuff I heard. Now, honestly, personally, I did not think her performance was fantastic. I thought it was okay, the performance on the Super Bowl, but there was a lot of things that she had to cut out. If you realize, she didn't say a lot of things that were in the actual song, but I get that, the song was a little explicit and certain things you could not say on national television. And anyway, I get that, but the dances were okay. They weren't like, it was the whole Super Bowl halftime show was just a mess to me. It was just, I love Coldplay. I have every single Coldplay album. So, let's be clear about that. Bruno Mars, he was okay. I like him. I'm not like, head over heels for him. Like, Uptown Funk You Up. Like, I'm so tired of that song already. But, he was okay, but that whole performance, like the way they merged it together, I thought it was like kind of sloppy. I didn't really like it. But back to Beyonce. Her performance was okay, but what I loved and what I'm here for is the message. I'm here for the fact that basically she brought something that honestly needs to be spoken about more often, because as you can see, there is still so much tension. There is still so much hate all over around the world for this whole thing. We need to discuss it, my friends. We need to get together with people that are not from our cultures and backgrounds, and let's not lash out at each other. And that's the thing that causes the problems. If you have an opinion, if you're black, if you're white, whatever, yellow, green, purple, whatever, when you speak about something, you do not need to yell at me. I do not need to yell at you. You do not have to put me down because you feel so passionate about something, and I don't have to put you down because you may not be educated on something from my culture. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the thing that happens on social media. Everybody's going back and forth. Everybody's attacking each other, and you got people saying Black Lives Matter. Absolutely, yes they do. And then you have people saying that white lives matter. Of course they do. All lives matter. But at the end of the day, what I think people are failing to realize, the non-blacks, is that we are still going through things that supposedly have ended years ago. We are still being targeted. We are still being segregated from certain things. We are still being pushed out of communities. Even in Africa, if I can find this video, because I saw it on Facebook, I'm gonna post it down below. I don't want to get off topic. I just saw a video that was not from too long ago of a community in Africa that has been taken over by Europeans from different descents, but only Europeans. And in this European area, if you're black, you can't move there. You can't live there. In Africa, where they tell us to go back to, if you don't like it here, go back to Africa, where they stole our ancestors from. But now in parts of Africa, there are certain groups of non-Africans taking over parts of the land and saying no blacks are allowed to live here. This guy interviewed this woman who's one of the people in charge of this area, and she basically said, I'm not a racist. It's my religion. She believes in Jesus Christ. And she said in her religion, blacks are not allowed to mix with whites, and they will not be allowed to live in this particular part of the land in Africa. So the guy that's interviewing the lady basically said, oh, but I see a black guy over there. And she goes, yeah, he's a worker. He can work here, but he has to be off the property by a certain time. So the guy goes, so it's okay for black people to work for you, but not okay for them to live here? And she said, absolutely not. And her excuse was, it's her religion. It's her religion that blacks and whites should not mix, and that's in the Bible. Okay. again, y'all think on that. Then there was another group in a different part of Africa, also Europeans or from European descent. They basically said the same thing, that they are creating segregation of land, and no black people are allowed to mix with their women, to talk to their children. Now, we're in what year, you guys? 2016? Okay. And this is in Africa, and they would shoot and kill any black person that came onto their land or tried to take from them. And the guy that was interviewing one of the guys, he said, do you really think that that's where we should be going? Like, we people fought so hard to end segregation and to get away from that. And he basically said, with anger, it wasn't passion, he was angry, that no, he does not believe that this is wrong, and he will kill to protect his land, his people, his beliefs, and there's no way that the world will work when blacks and whites live together. There's always gonna be some sort of problem. And like I said, he basically said he was willing to die to protect that. And he's like, we are white in Africa, so we are the minority, and this is how we feel. Okay, you guys, so I want you to think about that for a second. This guy of European descent basically said him and his people were the minorities in Africa, and they are willing to die and fight to protect their people, to protect their rights, to protect, their culture. Or they're willing to die for it, because that's how strongly they feel about whatever they feel. And not one person was saying that he was wrong. Not one person said that, oh, I dare you stand up for White Lives Matter. Like, it was none of that. It was accepted. Like, oh, okay, this is how you guys feel, then that's fine. But why is it that when a black person says that or stands up or wants to have pride in their culture and say, hey, listen, like the Black Panthers did, like, they'll make you believe, if you know your history, they will make you believe that the Black Panthers, all they wanted to do was kill people, rape people, and promote violence. The Black Panthers Party was started to protect black people. Just like this guy of European said, I am protecting my people. We are the minority. The blacks were the minority here for however long. You know what I mean? So the double standard is ridiculous. Okay, the Black Panther Party started schools. They fed their people. They had security groups, protecting women, going places, things like that, protecting the kids. They started food pantries. They did so much positive stuff, but the society and the fake history will have you believing that they were just out to kill. So with the history of the Black Panther Party being mostly good, if you know the real history of it and why the whole movement was started, then you can get why Beyonce wanted to bring some light to the anniversary of the Black Panther Party. So, this is what I'm saying about doing your research, knowing your history. I'm glad to have grown up in a household where my family taught us about everything. We were exposed to everything. Now, the kids coming up, I kind of feel sorry for them, because a lot of the history, real history, is being erased. A lot of things now they have in certain cities and states, in the history books, they will have you believing that slavery was something that black people wanted to do. Like, they came here to work. We did not come here. We were stolen, beaten, raped, killed here, forced to work if you wanted to live, okay? Religion and all that type of stuff was forced on black people. Know your history, okay? So, like I said, basically, the whole Super Bowl thing, you had Mayor Giuliani, who was the ex-mayor of New York, saying he can't understand why she was on there and promoting anti-police. And I just want to say, like, I feel like I have family that are in law enforcement. And I have friends that are, excuse me, in law enforcement. And I feel, I've heard to both sides of each coin. I feel like if you have nothing to be guilty of, you know what I mean? Like, if I was a police officer, right? And um I don't think that I would be offended, because if I'm a good cop, or if I'm, doing my job, and I know the realities of what's going on out in the world, why would I be offended by that? I understand that there are some good cops and that there are some bad cops, and what she's bringing attention to is the bad cops, not to the good cops. So if you're doing what you're supposed to do as an officer, why would you be so upset by someone bringing attention to officers that are not doing the right thing, officers that are using their power for the wrong reasons, that are killing people because they're just naturally scared that, something's gonna happen? Okay, you guys, so basically I done talked so much that I ran out of memory on my camera, so I'm using my phone. I'm just gonna finish this up. Bottom line, I feel like, obviously, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Absolutely. If you feel some sort of way, you are free to express how you feel. This is how I feel. These are my little tidbits on the whole thing. I think Beyonce did a great job. I think this is a great body of work for her. I want people to know that just because you don't like the video, you don't agree, that's totally fine. But you shouldn't, try to bring her down for being proud of being black. Beyonce's black, if you didn't know. And it's okay for her to voice her opinions about her life, her husband, her child, her background, her history, what she's gone through, people who she's spoken to. She knows what's going on in the communities, obviously, because she's out there, as I've said. She's speaking to mothers, she's speaking to parents, she's speaking to communities. So it's okay for her to express through her work, her art, what's going on in our communities, and you should not be mad, those who are mad. I like it. I'm here for it. And I want you guys to also know that when people say Black Lives Matter, it does not mean that your life, if you're not black, does not matter. It does not devalue anybody else's life. It just brings attention to what we are still going through and what we are trying to overcome as being black in America. And if you are not black in America, I feel like you cannot offer, your opinion about what goes on in black America or black communities. And again, Black Lives Matter is not anti-white or anti-non-black. Just because a black person wants to be proud of being black, be proud of embracing black culture, does not mean that we hate anything that is not black. I don't get why certain people feel that way. You understand what I'm saying? I really don't understand it. And like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Personally, I think, like I said, there needs to be more discussion among all of us, in a civil way, not in an angry way, because when you come at someone in an angry way, most likely their defenses are going to be angry, and that's what you're going to get. But if Beyonce has done anything, at least she has brought some things that are very important in the world today to the front line, and people are discussing it. And even when people are angry and they disagree and they think that us black people are rallying together to hate the whites, it's not that at all. And the sad part is that I feel like a lot of non-black America, they don't see that. They don't see that we're not trying to devalue your cultures, that we're exposed to 24/7, 365 days a year. I love my non-black friends. I love them. Like I really have some friends that I've known for years that I might die for them, that are not black, but in some of them, like I said, I have to educate them on certain things and give them a different perspective, because I feel like people they don't know. And a lot of the young folks, I feel like they're just going off of what they're ancestors said, their parents said, and, you know, giving their opinions about what they think black people are, or how our communities are operating, and, you know, certain things like that. Like, if you don't know, don't speak about it, but ask about it. Ask what's going on in the communities. Ask why maybe a Beyonce has hot sauce in her bag. You want to know, right? You curious. Why don't you ask? Don't try to say she's ghetto because she got hot sauce in her bag, because that's when the arguments come in. That's when you're judging. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm in this because I could probably talk about this for hours. I thank you for listening, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, at the end of the day, everybody's life matters, but we have a right to embrace our culture, and we have a right to talk about the things that are going on in our lives. And I don't care celebrity or not, so does Beyonce. And I'm out.